Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Apocalyptic Aftermath channel. Um, I don't know if I can finish this video because I actually need the internet to do this because I wanted to read something that had something to do with the National Worker Socialist Movement, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so now I just tried to do the video, but it got cut off. Like I said, I might do this video. It might end up. I don't know. What I shut down the internet because I don't want to get hacked and shit. So I shut down the internet. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it, but I'm gonna try and finish it anyway. So we were talking about. I was saying, Hitler is actually. Well, I was talking about Hitler in my last video. At the end of the video, I was talking about Hitler. We talked about a lot of things in my other video, but I was talking about Hitler because I find it it's important to me. To me, that feels it's important. It's important because to me that's a starting point of conformity. That's why I'm adamant on. Well, I'm not adamant, but that's why I keep mentioning the Hitler and the whole Hitler story because at the end of the day, one of these days, well, maybe not, maybe we don't have to because the world is evil and people are garbage, and that's a fact. Like that's facts. Like that's just facts. You know. So I don't know if one of these days we can or will have a talk about all of the social programming or indoctrination that we accept. Because at the end of the day, hating Hitler is a choice. Nobody is forcing you to hate Hitler. It's a choice. But it's also a choice made as it's like when you're born, your parents tell you to believe in God, right? Why? Who the fuck is that guy? Why would I believe in him? Right? So it's the same fucking thing. Or your parents tell you to go to school, right? Why? To do what? It's like it's a choice. You don't have to. You don't have to, but for different many reasons you choose to, and people are very ignorant, and I feel like it's a disservice. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But I feel like it's a disservice to accept. It's a doorway to conformity, right? Like if you hate Hitler, then you're basically it's like people that believe in aliens, right? Or that want to make you believe in aliens and shit like that. It's like conformity. It's like it's conformity, right? So uh so yeah, I mean, people tend to forget that the Nazi movement the Nazi movement was actually a syndicate for workers. So it's actually somebody that brought that point up, and I mean, I didn't forget, but I didn't want to. I didn't feel like I wanted to mention it like on my last video. To be quite frank, like I don't think I needed to. Like I said, like what I said in my last video takes 2 seconds to check the time that it takes to write out why black people hate Nazis or Hitler and shit like that. That's all it takes. That's what I wrote because I'm confused. I have no idea why black people hate this man so much. He didn't do shit to black folks. He didn't do a goddamn thing to black people. Not a fucking thing. Maybe maybe there was some soldiers that were racist and they felt like being dicks, but that's not representative of the actual ideal that he was bringing into the table, and everybody's guilty of doing that. There's cops that are doing that today. We're not hating the police. We're not putting the police chief's face everywhere and like this is the worst man in history and he should die, and if I have a chance I'm gonna go back in time and murder the police chief. Ain't nobody saying that about the fucking police chief. Ain't nobody saying that about the McDonald's manager. The McDonald's manager probably doing that shit right now as we speak to somebody. Because as we speak, it's like 10:27 a.m. where I'm at. So the McDonald's manager is probably doing that shit to someone right now. That's not indicative of McDonald's, though. He's the one that chose to do that because now he's in a position of power and he's abusing his power. That could be the case. That happens a lot, especially in war. It's like there's a bunch of, like the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was pretty fucked up. I mean, like how many dudes that became soldiers and went out and had a bunch of babies with a bunch of Vietnamese and never came about, just, what I mean? With or without consent. I don't think at that time it fucking mattered. That's horrible too. You don't see people saying, we should put fucking, who was president during the Vietnam War? George Bush Sr.? No, it was Reagan. You don't see people being like, oh, if I could go back in time, I would murder Reagan when he was his baby and shit. Like, nobody's saying that shit. It's only Hitler that gets that kind of treatment. And the reason why is because his ideals were not the same ideas that the Illuminati had. The Illuminati had specific ideas and he wasn't with it. And I don't think he knew that he wasn't with the ideas that the Illuminati had. I think he has no idea. If Hitler was Illuminati, I don't think anybody told him that what he was doing was not Illuminati shit. I think he had no idea. Zero clue. Or maybe he did. I wasn't there, so I can't really say. But my opinion, I feel like that wasn't the case. I feel like, and the reason why I feel like that is, if the world is Illuminati, if everybody is Illuminati, if everybody wants to be Illuminati, if everybody is a Illuminati supporter, if everybody, then why y'all hate Hitler so fucking much? That shit makes no sense. That shit makes no sense. Makes no sense. I mean, like the Hollywood movies are indicative of what these people believe in at the end of the day, regardless of if they're lying or not. And at the end of the day, these guys are Jews. The Illuminati is mostly Jewish. So you can't tell me a dude that wants to kill a bunch of Jews is Illuminati. That shit makes no fucking sense. That's impossible. That's physically impossible. So I think people are just confused about what the fuck is going on. And not only, I mean, it's not that they're just confused. I think they're trying to conform. People don't want to look different than other people. So they're adopting this form of conformity, bro. Right? And that's the reason why people hate Hitler. People don't hate Hitler because he did something wrong. People hate Hitler because there's an imaginary AI, artificial intelligence, that is sending messages through social media and multiple platforms and radio waves, radio broadcast waves, and this artificial intelligence is telling you, if you don't do this, then you will be ostracized. And that's why people hate Hitler. But at the same time, it's not really fair to hate somebody because a jackass, because imaginary disembodied voice told you to fucking do it. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Like I wouldn't like that to happen to me, I ain't gonna lie. Which it is, by the way. I don't like it. You know, why would I like that? That's not something to like. There's nothing to like there. It's not fucking cool, bro. Like, you know, you got a disembodied voice going around town, going all over the globe, telling people they hate you. Why would anybody enjoy that? There's nothing to enjoy in that. There's nothing to enjoy in. No one likes that. Like, I don't think Hitler liked it. I don't like it, and anybody else that's going through that, no one likes that. And we call that propaganda and slander. So, lies, deceits, right? So, you know, and I was saying before I got cut off in my last video, I was saying something very important. I learned to double check things, you know, and that's my goal here, so that people can double check things, you know, not just be like, well, this person said this, my mom said that, so it has to be true. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, just because it's your mom or just because it's your dad, that don't mean shit. Double check everything. It don't matter what people, you don't have to confront your parents about it, but double check it so that you can know, right? So that you don't make stupid mistakes, right? Because false information makes you do stupid mistakes. I mean, like look, and at the end of the day, it's not even about false information. Like, because the world is evil. The world is evil, and the world is full of shit. Like, if you know, look at okay. So look at like skinheads. Skinheads is what black people hate, right? Not Nazis. Nazis and skinheads are two different things, right? So I feel like when people say they hate Hitler, is because they're thinking of skinheads, right? But skinheads and Hitler are not the fucking same. It's two different, completely separate things. Like, skinheads have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They just drink beer and do stupid shit. Like, you know what I mean, bro? These guys would have found a reason to do the shit that they're doing, regardless if Hitler had ever existed. Ever. Because skinheads, first of all, are not even European. Skinheads are Americans. There was no Nazi Americans. There's no such thing as an American Nazi, bro. So you can't have anything to do with Hitler. That's impossible. The only way that being a skinhead would make sense is if you were of German descent and you're an immigrant that moved from Germany to America. So any white people talking about Nazi socialist movement are just drunk dudes that that have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They don't know who they are. They're looking for an identity, bro. They don't have a dad, right? And they're looking for something to latch on to. But at the end of the day, the nigga can't read. The nigga can't read, bro. Because if you could read, you would not be what you'd probably still be a skinhead, but you wouldn't say it's because of Nazis or Hitler and shit like that, because you're not part of that shit. It's impossible. America is anti-Nazi. That makes no sense. You cannot be part of that shit. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. You are not German. You're not German, bro. So these guys that hated black people just hated black people. Dude, like, that's it, bro. It had nothing to do with anybody. They just didn't like black folks. End of story. And I don't know. I guess they thought, the thing what Hitler did was cool, but they wasn't doing what Hitler was doing. They wasn't doing what Hitler was doing. Hitler was doing something completely different. Completely different. And who knows? Because there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't believe in yet. It's kind of like I said, that shit was happening. This whole immigration, the whole thing about the government, letting in immigrants into fucking countries, which is not just Canada. I know it's going on all over the world, but motherfucker, like that's how Nazis were created. It was a work syndicate. It was a bunch of people that was worried about their fucking jobs. It was a bunch of people. That's what the Nazi movement is. People that are worried about their jobs, bro. So, and the reason why they were worried about the job is because of the influx of immigrants that was running into the fucking country. Like I said, this kind of shit has been going on over and over again throughout history. This is the oldest trick in the book. You hire somebody to invade your country a little bit so that the people feel like, there's a reason for you to be here. Because if everybody's minding their own business, everybody's progressing and stuff like that, and they're becoming better and better, eventually they're going to be like, I don't need your ass. And they're right. Eventually. So, what's going on right now, what was going on a couple of months ago in Canada that I was complaining about and no one gave a fuck, now it's been going on for years, for decades, centuries. And now it's going on in the United States. It's always been going on in the United States, just now it's on Canada level type of immigration, it's an unprecedented amount of immigrants running into the fucking country fucking shit up. And that's what they do here. That's what they did in Canada. They came into the country and they started raping women all over the fucking place, doing all kinds of crime, all kinds of criminal activity. They turned the street into a fucking mud, disgusting sludge ass shit, because black people are, I don't know, they're like easily influenced and stuff like that, or they're just ignorant. Black people are ignorant, bro, so they don't know a lot of things, so the street that some gangsters work hard on creating, the platform that was given to these young kids has been completely devastated. It's fucking dystopian, bro. Now it looks more like back in the days we were kings and we were drug kingpins. Now we're just fucking slime, right? Worthless slime, bro. Like just disgusting. Like, you know what I mean? And I guess some women like disgusting shit, and I guess that's what we're safe for now. But if that wasn't the case, you would obviously see that we're fucking slime now. We're literally worthless. Like, not worth a goddamn dollar at all. And that's because of the immigrants that came into the fucking country doing all kinds of shit. And we didn't teach it. We don't know. Like, we didn't teach ourselves these things. We were taught these things, bro. Like, ain't nobody have a cocaine field in their fucking house, bro. Like I've never seen a cocaine field in North America. Like, I don't know, bro. All this shit comes from outside. So we learned how to be like this from other people, and we still are. But the thing is, it's only the negative shit that we're learning how to be. We're not learning how to be positive shit. We just love negative shit. And black people love that shit. They like ratchet, savage stuff. You know, that's just who they are, bro. Like, it is what it is. So these kinds of activity catch on quick. These kinds of activity catch on quick, bro, and it spreads like wildfire. And that's the reason why the Nazi movement existed, because they were going through the same shit that we're going through today. But the thing is, what's funny is, like, even though you got groups like Black Lives Matter and shit like that, ain't nobody saying nothing about these fucking guys. Ain't nobody saying nothing about these people, even though they're doing the same fucking thing Hitler was fucking doing. And to be quite honest, whatever's going on right now is way worse than Hitler's shit. I mean, there's another pandemic coming, allegedly. Maybe they're bluffing. I think they're bluffing. I think it's a bluff. But there's another pandemic coming and shit like that. And just the last pandemic, that was fucked up shit. That's trying to fucking, you're slowing people down. You're trying to put them in boxes, all kinds of shit. Hitler never did none of that shit, man. Hitler was direct, bro. If you're in his way, he's gonna shoot you until you die. That was Hitler. There was no subterfuge, fucking brainwashing things and fucking, blah blah. No. I'm the best. You guys are inferior. So you should stay in your fucking inferior lane. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's it, and that's all. And that's fine by me. That is fine by me, bro. Like, I don't have any fucking problem. I don't have any issues with that. Why? Because I would act the same fucking way. That doesn't mean I'm fucking racist. No, I just think I'm better than you. This has nothing to do with racism. This has everything to do with me believing that I'm a god. And I deserve to rule over this planet because you're a fucking monkey. That's I'm not racist. I just think highly of myself. And I think very lowly of you. That's what it means. Doesn't mean I'm racist. So yeah, so you got these things, the activity. I mean, like, I got this guy that lives 2 doors, I guess, next to my house, 3 doors next to my house. The guy's Illuminati and shit. I had to fight his brother and shit, because they harassing me, man. They were harassing me, bro. And I think, I don't know. I guess his brother doesn't know that his little brother keeps harassing me or some shit like that. Or maybe they know. I think he knows. But his little brother keeps harassing me. I don't know why. Because he's Illuminati. Why else? So he keeps harassing me and shit like that. So he comes to my motherfucking house, parks his posterior right in front of my fucking house, and he started using his fucking cell phone. And that's the reason why I started using cell phones, because I had a traumatic experience in the past recent years with people and cell phones, right? And I started to notice, especially in the rapist community, like, you can, like, in the rapist community, I've noticed, cause I don't know who's a rapist just by looking at the fucking guy. There's some people I can tell that they're rapists, and because I don't know, rapists kind of look, cause there's facial features are kind of indicative of your personality, whether you like it or not, and yes, and sometimes race has something to do with it. Race will induce your ideal that this person's a rapist, right? So anyway, but I don't fucking know. So I'm just talking, right? So I'm talking, I'm in the streets, I'm street people and shit, and I'm talking, and I'm not, I'm a street dude too, kind of. I'm a street dude too. So I'm not afraid to say what I want to say, when I want to say it, like it's especially if I feel comfortable with the person, I'm gonna, you're gonna see the real me, right? But I also am aware that not a lot of people like the real me, but I also don't care. you know I also don't really give a fuck, because there's some things I don't like rape is not a thing that I appreciate. I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think it's helpful. I mean, like, of course there's a lot of women that like getting raped, apparently, and there's a lot of women that like getting punched into oblivion, apparently, but I don't think it's because I wouldn't like to get raped, right? I don't think I wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, even if I was a woman, I wouldn't like it, because I would like to be able to walk down the street. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking I'm gonna go buy a loaf of bread at the fucking convenience store, right? But it's 8:30. It's not late. It's just 8:30. People are still very awake. People still watching TV. They're about to go to sleep in 30 minutes tops. Everybody that's gonna go to work is gonna go to sleep in 30 minutes, and it's still early. That's still early, bro, right? So it's 8:30. I'm hungry. I want to go buy some fucking bread, bro. Like, I wouldn't. I mean, just imagine. Like, that's what you're thinking. You're not being like, oh, I'm gonna be super sexy in the track. I'm gonna do it on purpose and attract a bunch of dudes and blah 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 blah. No, I just want some fucking bread, right? And then you get attacked. You get sexually attacked, bro. And you just wanted some fucking bread, bro. Like, how the fuck is that enjoyable, bro? Like, how, like, anyways. So, whatever. I guess I'm crazy, but I'm a crazy person. I take medication and stuff. I'm crazy. I'm fucked up. I'm a fucked up crazy person, dude. So, anyways, anyways, so it is what it is. So apparently people love rape and pedophilia and stuff like that. Okay, sure, whatever. That's your opinion. But I have a different opinion. And my opinion might be wrong. Maybe rape and pedophilia is great. Maybe it is. Maybe everybody should rape everybody, and pedophilia should run rampant. Maybe, I don't know. I might be wrong. Who knows? I know a lot of people are sympathizers of that kind of shit, and a lot of people are kind of like, a lot of, because when you have a channel like this and you have your third eyes open, stuff about people that probably you shouldn't know, or probably people want you to know, right? Because it's not just enough to be saying that shit and then you're going to figure everything else. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't be as stupid and retarded as we are today, right? So when your third eye is open, you're capable of seeing through the veil and stuff like that. You talk about shit like this. People tend to be like, well, it's not that bad. Rape is not that bad. There's some people that enjoyed getting raped. There's some women that got raped. I've been told that shit many times. There's women that be like, yeah, I got raped by a bunch of dudes and I liked it. It's like I never came as hard as I did when I got raped. There's I guess kids are fucking weird. Kids are weirdos. Kids are sexually active. I mean, they're not sexually active, but they're weird. Kids are weird. Sometimes they are sexually active. I mean, like they would like to be because they're kids that they can't be sexually active, but they would like to be like they're like, I don't know, they're weird. Kids are weird. Kids are weird. So I don't know. I might be wrong. It's my opinion. Like I said, it's my opinion. Of course, I think it's more than just my opinion. But with the state of the world today, I have to say that Because the world is changing for the worse. That's for sure. It's not changing for the better. Uh, and people are beginning to be more and more like animals, and less like humans, right? And they're giving into their basic instincts, and they have no idea they're retarded, and they're giving up to their basic instincts. I can't see how that could end up being any good, bro. Like a bunch of retards giving up to their basic instincts, bro. Like, and they're acting like savages. Like there's no fucking way this is gonna be any good at all. That's just impossible. It's literally impossible. So anyway, y'all do whatever y'all want. You know, I'm out. I do not consider myself part of society. And anyway, the Illuminati worked very hard to make that happen. So I don't consider myself part of society. I'm out of this bitch. If y'all want to kill each other, have fun. I don't give a fuck. But I'm out, bro. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't invite me anywhere. I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. Like, just go do your weird shit, you weird fuck, somewhere else, and leave me the fuck alone. And that's it, and that's all, bro. So, uh, so yeah, man, I've been checking out the cell phone thing because like I've noticed like rapists just they pull out your cell phone when you have speech like that. They pull out cell phones and then they start calling up friends and shit, right? Because they gonna do something. They gonna do something. That's what it means. When you're talking to somebody, especially in the street, you're talking to somebody and the nigga pull his cell phone. That means he's gonna do something, right? And you don't want to pull out your cell phone on just anybody though, because some people I'd fight somebody for pulling out a cell phone. I used to when I was younger. When I was younger and more spry, I would fight just the fact that you pulled out your cell phone. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and that's dangerous. I would shoot somebody for pulling out a cell phone, just like a cop. Like if you, I would shoot you. Like I would shoot you, bro. Like facts. That's not even a joke. Like I would shoot you. Like just seeing you pull out your cell phone, I would fool your body full of bullets. Absolutely. And I would not feel bad about it because I know what you're doing. Like I know you're about to do some stupid shit. And the worst part is we're sitting there and you deserved it. And you deserved it because I'm sitting here smoking a joint, we're chilling and shit like that. We're just talking and you pulling out a cell phone. Why are you doing that? Like ain't nobody hurt you, ain't nobody done nothing to you. Why you doing that? Like anyway, fuck it. So yeah, I would fight like people for self just for I would fight people just for pulling out their cell phones and shit like that. Not all the time. Sometimes, not all the time, bro. I don't know. Sometimes I'm a little bit, I'm a bit psychotic. Sometimes I'm a little bit psychotic. Sometimes I'm fine, and then there's something in my head that just switches off. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's weird. So, anyways, yeah. So that would happen. So so now I'm kind of like, but it happens to me a lot though. It happens to me a lot though because I just say what's on my mind, right? Um, but it's a good lesson at the same time because I have a cell phone and I never use it. Like I use my cell phone to call people, but there's internet on my cell phone, right? Like, and from seeing all these people use their cell phone and pulling out their cell phones every time you see something, either to check what you're saying, to double check what you're saying, or to actually like be offended by what you said. Well, I'm pulling out cell phones on myself now, right? Like when I say something, I double check what I said, You know, so not all the time, but I'm starting to pick up the habit of doing that, and I think it's fine. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing to double check what you're saying. You know, because you could be saying bullshit at the end of the day. Because I know a lot of things, but I can get some of the things mixed up, which I do actually. Even on this channel, I do get things mixed up. It's not that I'm wrong about what I'm saying. It's just mix one information, like I mix a detail of the information from another subject, and then take the detail and information from the other subject and put it inside of what I'm saying. So I get mixed up, right? But it's not that I'm wrong. It's just, you know, I just know so much thing. It's all blah, 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 blah. So it's good to, especially I don't use a script, right? I don't write down what I say. I don't write down. I do it off the top of the dome. Like one of our friends used to say. That was fucking hilarious, dude. So anyways, you know, I don't write scripts. I don't write what I'm gonna do. I just do it, you know. And neither do I need to write. Oh, actually, that's not true. If I would write a script, my videos would probably be shorter and clearer, kind of, more or less. Not necessarily, but I don't know. I don't think it would be a bad thing. I don't think it'd be a bad thing, though. Yeah. Well, it'd be less personal. It would be less, because now I feel like I'm chilling. And now there's real energy flowing, right? And it's my energy. It's not the energy of the Illuminati or church or not even Satan. It's my energy. It's the energy that I want to give, right? So, you know, I think it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. You know, I think it's good. You know, but it's not a bad thing to write a script either when you're doing a video. I don't think it's a bad thing. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about, which I probably won't be able to because I have to do this video without the internet on, or they're gonna hack my computer and I won't be able to finish because I just did this video and now my computer is working perfectly fine. So, anyways, let's try to talk about this. So Hitler had this ideal about the perfect human, right? So this was one of the things I feel like some black people and white people, it's not just black people, white people hate Hitler too. As a matter of fact, they don't know why they hate Hitler, but they hate Hitler. Ain't nobody knows why they hate Hitler. There's no white people don't know why they hate Hitler either. Ain't nobody know why. No one knows unless they read. Unless you're educated, like not even go to school, like educated. Unless you're actually, literally, physically are educated. Not, you know, I took history class for 5 seconds and we flew by the main things that happened. And then, you know, like, no, actually, I studied this. I'm a history buff, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Those people can say shit about Hitler. But everybody else, which is 90% of the population of the entire planet, can't say shit about Hitler. Not a goddamn thing. Because they don't know. They have no idea. They never checked. They don't pull cell phones out on themselves. Right? And most of the shit they hear either comes from a movie or a friend of 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 mine. You know, so nobody knows nothing. So anyways, the Aryan, which I feel like the Aryan master race is another thing that people hate Hitler and also think that has something to do with skinheads. Yet again, two different, completely separate things. Skinheads are skinheads. Hitler, Aryan race is another completely different thing. It's two different things. It's not the same. There's the Aryan people, I mean, the bikers, things, stuff, whatever. These guys are drunk. They're high on cocaine and they're drunk. And that's it. That's why they're saying the stuff that they're saying, because they're high and drunk, bro. It has nothing to do with being an Aryan. They're just high and drunk, bro. That's all it is. It's just people drinking too much and they're way too high. And let me tell you why. because a lot of people, especially black people on YouTube, right? There's a lot of black people on YouTube. They have content, super Pan African content, and sometimes it bleeds into spirituality, right? It bleeds into spirituality. So now, so if you check what the Aryan race is, which is what Hitler believed in, you know, according to Wikipedia, of course, this was a 5-minute search, right? This was a 5-minute search. We did a 20-second search. This is like a 2-3 minute search, right? Because I had to actually read, right? So the Aryan race is a pseudo-scientific historical rare concept that emerges in the late 19th century to describe people who descend from the Proto-Indian Europeans as a racial grouping. The terminology derives from the historical usage of Aryan used by modern Indo-Iranians. What? Indo-what? Indo-Iranian. Iranian as an epithet of noble anthropological, historical, and archaeological evidence. Evidence does not support the validity of this concept. The concept derives from the notion that the original speaker of the Proto-Indo-European language were distinct progenitors of the superior specimen of mankind. And that, wait a minute, hold up. I know what you're thinking. Hold up, I'm not finished. And that their descendants up to the present day constitute either a distinctive race or sub-race of Caucasian race. Wait a minute. Alongside the Semitic race and the Hamitic race, right? Now, this is the most important part. So, this says the concept derives from a notion that the original speakers of the Proto-Indo-European language, Latin and broken English, were distinct progenitors of a superior specimen of mankind. So basically, the first white people, this is what they're saying. This is not me saying it. This is what they're saying. They're saying that the first white people, right, were derived from the Aryan race. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Like they're and the Caucasian race, the Proto-Indian. So they're not even, the Proto-Indo-European is not the same as Caucasians, right? They're saying the Caucasian race is actually, they're saying the white people are descendants of the Caucasian race. So Caucasians aren't white. Well, I'm not saying Caucasians ain't white. I'm saying what they're saying is that Caucasians aren't necessarily white. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they're saying that they're not, Caucasians aren't necessarily white. Because they're saying alongside the Semitic race and the Hamitic race. So they're saying Caucasian race, Semitic race, Jews, and whites, and the Hamitic race are actually the progenitors of Proto-Indo-Europeans. Now, the interesting part is, because some people might not be aware, and where did they get this from? The terminology derived from the historical usage of Aryan, used by modern Indo-Iranians. Right? Where are the white folks? Where are the white folks in? So, the interesting part here is Hamitic race. Now, what is the Hamitic race? Now, of course, if you're a Pan-African, you know what Hamitic is. But there's a lot of us that don't know what Hamitic is or don't care what Hamitic is. But let me fucking tell you what the Hamitic race is the Hamites, right? And what is Ham? What word do we find in Ham? In the Hamite, we find Ham, right? The children of Ham, right? A lot of proto-Africans, a lot of what? A lot of Pan-Africans love to talk about how they're descendants of Ham and blah 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 blah. They love their Jesus. They love their Jesus, right? Black people love their Jesus for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but whatever. They love their Jesus. So every time the Bible says something about black people being descendants of Jesus, you know black people are going to be all over that shit, right? So Hamites is the name formerly used for some northern and Horn of Africa peoples in the context of now outdated model of dividing humanity into different races. This was developed originally by Europeans in support of colonialism and slavery. The term was originally borrowed from the book of Genesis, in which it refers to the descendant of Ham, son of Noah. That was bullshit. The first part, that was Wikipedia bullshit, by the way. That's not true. That's not true. This is not Hamites is not how they used to call us back in the slavery days. That's not true. That's bullshit. That is not a derogatory term. I've never heard Hamites used as a derogatory term. And you want to know from the animal, see Hamites. It says genus next to Hamites. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to check that out. My internet is not up. I didn't even notice. I just noticed it says genus next to Hamites for some reason in parentheses. So the term was originally used in contrast to the other two proposed division of mankind's based of the story of Semites and Japhites. Japhites. The appellation Hamitic was applied to the Berber, Cushite, and Egyptian branches of Afroasiatic language family, which together with the Semitic branch was formerly labeled Hamito-Semitic, whatever, because the three Hamitic branches have not been shown to form an exclusive monophyletic phylogenetic unit of their own, separate from other Afroasiatic language. Linguists no longer use the term in the sense each of these branches is instead now regarded as an independent subgroup of larger Afroasiatic family. Now, what does it say? So Caucasians are Africans. That's what they're saying. Because the three groups, like we said before, is wait a minute, Hamite, Semitic, and Caucasian. So Caucasians are Africans, right? This is what Hitler believed in. This is what Hitler believed in, bro. Where do you see this nigga talking about anything about blue eyes and blonde hair? That's not what he was looking for. And maybe he did a little bit, because he did go to Mexico. He did go to Mexico, and allegedly he went to Mexico. He didn't go to America. He didn't go to a Slavic country. He went to Mexico. He went to Mexico because he believed that the Mexican held, the Mayans and the Aztecs held the key to the Aryan race. Because this motherfucker was looking everywhere for that shit. Bro, motherfuckers sitting there making him look like he's racist and shit like that. This nigga went everywhere to look for that shit. Everywhere. And that's where he came up with the blonde hair, blue eye things, which actually I think he gave up. I think he gave up because he saw that there was no such thing as an Aryan race because everybody's fucking retarded. I mean, there is, but he didn't know what to look for. But he was looking. It wasn't like he didn't try. He fucking tried. There's some people that probably don't. Like skinheads don't try. Dudes, bikers with Aryan written on their fucking backs, they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Even though they have a motorcycle, I severely doubt that they made any fucking research about that shit. Any at all. They drank a lot of cases of beer though. They did some research to find the best prices for their cases of beer. Yes, absolutely. But they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know why that shit's on their back. They don't know what that word mean on their back, bro. So we just read that this Aryan race, which is something Hitler believed in. And there's no way, if you believe in that shit, that you don't know what I just fucking read. Especially fucking Hitler. So that nigga knew more than anybody else that white people, Africans, Jews are obviously, come from over there, right? And the Hamites too. Negroes. And at the end of the day, they were all Negroes back then. At the end of the day, of course, there might be some variations of colors and shit like that, but they said Caucasians come from Africa. That's what this fucking thing is saying. Regardless of if it's true or not, this fucking thing is saying that white folks come from Africa, Jews come from Africa, and black folks come from Africa. And those three motherfuckers created some fucking, because of mixing of blood and shit like that, or some bullshit like that, they created some Indo-Proto-Europeans. And those Indo-Proto-Europeans created an Aryan. What is pronounced to be an Aryan, whatever. A genius. You know what I mean? So not even. They're saying like it's not even. They're saying that those guys are Aryans, right? And the Indo-Proto-European, which is everyone that is living here today, is they're a derivative, a sub a sub race, a sub context of the Aryan race, bro. My dude. So yeah, maybe he was looking for white hair and blonde eyes, but that shit comes from Mexico. Because there's a legend from Mexico about a superior human being, and the legend is this dude that had blonde hair and blue eyes. And some Mexicans, allegedly, there were some Mexicans back then with blonde hair and blue eyes, which was very rare, but it happens. Look at Canelo, right? There's a lot of Mexicans that don't look like Mexicans, man. They have blonde hair and blue eyes. If you look like the boxer, Canelo, like if you see him walking down the street, you're going to think he's fucking American. I thought Canelo was American until I heard him speak. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga Spanish and shit? Lost my goddamn mind. I was befuddled. Flabbergasted. So, it is what it is. Like I said, this is 2 minutes of research, right? We did 20 seconds. Now we did 2. This is a 2-minute research. So imagine Just imagine, because I know you don't read and you ain't never gonna read, but at least use your imagination for 2 seconds and think about all the shit that you can discover if you did read. Because this took 2 minutes. I shit you not. I swear to fucking God, in everything that I love, bro. This was a 2 to 5 minute search, tops. Yeah, because I just said everything that I love. So, you know. So, anyways, but it was very short. It was a couple of minutes. This was a couple of minutes. The first one was 20 seconds because I just wrote one line, and that was the first thing that came to me. This one I had to look a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie. But it was 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes tops, no more than that. So imagine somebody that studies that shit his whole life. But I used to go to the library, so I'm exempt from any stone throwings. I'm exempt from any stone throws because I used to go to the library. So that's why I know stuff. You know, man. 2 minutes, man. I mean, so motherfucker, Hitler taught black folks Hamites was Aryans too. He didn't say shit. He didn't feel like he needed to say shit. And I completely agree. If these motherfuckers don't know shit, that's their fucking problem. The poor devil. The devil may cry. You poor devil. Used to say that. White people used to call us poor devils all the time. Never understood why. You know, because we're ignorant. We have no we don't know what the fuck, and we don't even know why we're ignorant. We just are. There's no actual reason for us to be ignorant. We're just ignorant. We just decided. We woke up one day and was like, "Fuck it." For real, bro. Like we woke up one day, and was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I feel like being ignorant today, man. Fuck it. Fuck that shit." That's literally what black people did. They just decided to be ignorant, bro. Out of the clear blue sky. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, and this is the reason why I'm making this video. It's not so that we start glorifying Hitler, you know, even though some people should, because he's a conqueror. You know, that's the only thing he's guilty of. He's guilty of conquering. He's like Genghis Khan, or he's like Genghis Khan, or fucking you know, he's just a conqueror, or Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was bad too. Alexander the Great killed a bunch of Africans. Alexander the Great is way worse than Hitler. He killed a bunch of Africans. That's all he was fucking doing. He's just killing Africans left and right. Alexander the Great was not a great person. This is actually an oxymoron. He was a murderer. So if you like Alexander the Great, then you gotta love Hitler. End of story. You can't love one and not the other. They both do the same thing. The only conqueror that I feel should not have that kind of respect is General Custer. Now, yeah, he's kind of a hero. He's kind of a badass, but you know, I don't think General Custer was horrible, man. Like, you know, like why'd you kill all those fucking Indians? I don't think he killed those Indians in a very fair fashion. I think that was more of an eradication than a fair fight. I don't think that shit was a fair fight, bro. Like, you know, and there's some people that do like General Custer. You know, I don't think he's a good role model. I don't think General Custer is a good role model, man. That's all. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But Hitler, that shit was a fair fight. That shit, it was a fair fight because the Germans were kind of like the minority. Russia's a small country. They were the minority, bro. Like, that was a fair fight. And they whooped those asses. They whooped that ass. I mean, like, and it is what it is, bro. It was a fair fight. I mean, Alexander the Great too. I guess it was a fair fight, kinda. But the thing is, why I feel like he more falls into the line of General Custer is because he was backed by the Roman Empire, so they had more technology than who he was fighting. So I'm like, I don't know how great he really was. Motherfuckers just using spears. This nigga got catapults, fucking, like, you know what I mean? Fucking the horse, fully mounted, fucking armored horseback riding motherfuckers and fucking catapults and fucking ballistas and shit like that. Great. Meh. Caesar was ass. Caesar was ass too. Why'd you think they fucking killed him? Because he was ass. Caesar was ass. That's what they fucking killed. They killed him because he was ass, bro. Like, Caesar was a dick. Those guys are put on the pedestal mostly because they was probably gay. And since the gay agenda is what ruling the world, everybody's gay is perfect, and everybody else that's not gay is the worst humankind ever to exist in humanity. And I want to take a time machine, go back and murder him in his sleep, or go back and murder him before he's even born, and stuff like that, bro. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. If they're conqueror, if you make me believe, if you put the adjective conqueror next to a man, then that means anybody else that does what he does is that dude. That means he's a conqueror too. End of story. You can't. Why are you exempting someone? It's either he conquered or he didn't. Hitler conquered. That's it. That's all. And the only people that were excluded from his shit was Semites, Jews. That's the only people that were excluded from his shit. The only people, because like, skinheads don't like Japanese, right? They don't like Asian people, right? And skinheads don't like anybody. But the thing is, Japan fought with the Nazis. But then you're gonna see a drunk ass, high as fuck skinhead talking all kinds of shit to an Asian dude, regardless if he knows that he's Japanese or not. He's gonna talk all kinds of shit about fucking Vietnam. His dad died in Vietnam. Who gives a fuck? Nigga, you wearing the swastika on your fucking shit. Where you think that fucking swastika comes from, bro? Where you think the swastika comes from? That comes from us. And you didn't fight with Hitler, you fat bitch. We did. You fucking traitor. You like, for real, bro. Like, you didn't fight with Hitler, you bitch. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You acting like you're Aryan and shit like that, bitch ass nigga. If Hitler was alive today, you would fight against him. You fucking coward. What are you talking about, man? So they're just people are just drunk, man. That's all it is. Stop. Don't believe everything you read, man. You know, people are just drunk, man. Like they're just drunk, dude. The people like drinking, and drinking is fun. Drinking is fun, bro. That's why people drink because it's fun. If drinking wasn't fun, nobody would do it. End of story. If people didn't like drinking, they wouldn't drink. People drink because it's fun. You know, people are just drunk. It's just drunk people. Japanese. The Japanese was with Hitler. Japanese, man, they fucking attacked America as soon as they could. As soon as they could, bro. Like they did that shit as soon as they could, man. And I respect them for it. And a lot of people should respect the Japanese for doing that shit because it takes some guts. It takes a lot of guts to attack America. It takes a lot of guts to attack America. A lot. I respect the Japanese for that shit. They ain't no bitches. You know what I mean? And they stay true to their fucking conviction. The birds are chirping because they're trying to disrupt somebody's unhappy right now. Somebody's trying to disrupt my video. I've been getting a lot of curses right now, bro. I've been getting all kinds of spiritual attacks from many angles, as usual. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. All these people are gonna die one after the other, so I don't fucking care. I'm gonna outlive all of you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So, anyways, yeah, man. I mean, like, the Japanese, I mean, like, and that don't even make sense. People are sitting there, Hitler's racist, the Nazis are a bunch of racists. Why is there a bunch of fucking Japanese wearing fucking SS costumes? Like, what the fuck is going on there? So, what the fuck are you talking about, man? It's like the movie 300, right? It makes Xerxes look like he's the bad guy. No, Xerxes was the good guy. The only reason why people make Spartan look good is because they were fucking their kids. They were fucking the Minos. That's the only reason why people like Spartans so much, because everybody's fucking gay. Spartans were super gay. They would fuck the Minos. They would fuck 13-year-olds. And they would call the 13-year-old their wards now, and they would fuck them so that they would prove that they have dominance over the kid, right? And in order to have dominance over the kid, they would fuck the kid, so the kid would listen more, right? So now he would know who the boss is, who the big dick nigga is. And that's why people love Spartans. But Xerxes is the real fucking hero of this fucking story. Xerxes was a great man. Xerxes was a great fucking man. He did nothing wrong. He actually united a lot of the land. And he did not believe in socialism. Like, he actually wanted people to be free and shit. And he wasn't stupid. He wasn't just like a savage, indigenous savage guy, booga booga waga. No, he had fucking legislations and stuff like that. Xerxes was a great man. He was the real hero of this fucking story. Unfortunately, he died. Killed by the 300 guys. I mean, it's not the 300, it's not the Spartans that kill it. The Spartans literally committed suicide so that the Greeks would be like, oh shit, these guys are actually fucking trying to kill us. Let's send some help. That's what fucking happened. It's just listening to nonsense. Anyways. There's a comment section. If you have something to say, people, please do so. I do not mind. And mind you, once again, like I said, I might be tripping. There's a lot of things I might be tripping on. I might be tripping about everybody in the whole universe loving the fuck out of rape and finding that rape is the greatest thing since the invention of Jesus Christ. Same thing for pedophilia. I might be wrong. Maybe rape and pedophilia is the greatest thing, the greatest invention since Jesus Christ. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I might be tripping. Maybe Hitler is a piece of shit, a racist piece of shit. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. Like the evidence are kind of, but whatever. I might be wrong. So, and I know. So I don't believe, I'm not woke, but that's the reason why people think the Holocaust never happened. It's fake news. The Holocaust is fake news, bro. It's fake news. I believe, it happened, obviously, but I don't think it's as simple as just some guy just decided to kill a whole bunch of people, just decided to put a whole bunch of people inside of a thing and just close the door and release gas. Like, that's kind of, anyways. It's kind of easy. It's a little bit gratuitous, if you ask me, like it's a bit, it's a bit straight to the point, straight pipe, no pun intended. Like it's a very non-complicated story. I'm gonna tell you this much, So, anyways, so yeah, man, I might be tripping, but I checked what I checked. So if I'm tripping, you can blame me a little bit, but at the same time, I'm actually just saying or reading back the things that was told to me. So if I'm tripping, you gotta understand that whoever told me this shit is also tripping too. And by the way, Ray Gun, the breakdancer, is the greatest breakdancer ever to fucking exist. And she better have a gold medal. Y'all need to give her a gold medal, man, for all that breakdancing, bro. Because at the end of the day, okay, I'm going to stop clowning. I'm going to start clowning around. At the end of the motherfucking day, bro, that shit is bullshit. Everything that happened at the Olympics was bullshit, okay? It was just bullshit. That dude that's beating up women at the Olympics, they knew that shit was going to happen years before it happened. Because this motherfucker been practicing and he's been trying to qualify for a minute now. So everybody knew he was coming. The same shit for Ray Gun. Everybody knew Ray Gun was coming because there's qualifications. There's nationals. You don't just wake up one day, oh, I'm going to the Olympics. Bye, mom, bye, dad. I'm going to the Olympics. I'm going to go win a gold medal because it's fucking Friday. And I don't have shit else to do. My friends are all at the arcade. I ain't got no money, so I'm gonna go at the fucking Olympics, win a gold medal. See you guys for dinner. That's not how, what the fuck? That's not how that shit works, bro. And like people, and this is the reason why I'm thinking I'm so cynical and I don't trust people, because you're not that stupid. Even if you're stupid, you're not that stupid, bro. Like you could easily say something about the fact, no pun intended, no offense, man, but you could easily say something about the fact that that's not supposed to happen. Most people is sitting there, they're talking about Ray Gun this, Ray Gun that. Man, fuck, man. No offense, but that's not who the fuck you're supposed to be talking about. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, Ray Gun what? Ray Gun didn't do a goddamn thing. Ray Gun didn't do shit, bro. This was planned in advance. There's videos of her battling other people at the Nationals before the Olympics, man. The Olympics permitted that to happen. Whoever the officials at the Olympics permitted that to happen, just like they permitted the whole gay thing happening at the LGBTQ thing, at the queer thing happening at the beginning of the opening ceremony. They knew that too. There's rehearsals. The people don't just wake up one day. It's like that's how it feels like. You know, the way people react to stuff, it feels like stuff just pop out of fucking magic. It's like it's almost as if that's how people think. It's like people think, you know, stuff just appear there. It's like business, right? It's like that's why you shouldn't trust people. Anybody that's not in business, don't believe any fucking word of what they're saying ever. Because most people that are not in business, bro, you see the thing, they don't understand that that's how they're eating food. So don't ever trust a person that's not in business because they ain't saying shit and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about at all. Not one fucking second. Because in their heads, this is how food appears. They go to the supermarket, there's food, and they buy it, and that's it. That's how people think. That's how most people think. Most people think that food just magically appears in supermarket. They have no idea how the food gets there. They have no idea where the food comes from. Zero clue. They just think that the food just magically appears there, right? And we have that same reaction with everything else. We just think that people just magically become boxers. We think people things just magically appear. They just magically appear, bro. So, you know, so Ray Gun magically appeared at the Olympics, and you can see people's reaction. Ray Gun this, Ray Gun that. That dude, I'm not gonna say his fucking name because that motherfucker doesn't, you know, deserve to be acknowledged. I'm not gonna say his fucking name, but that boxer just appeared there out of the clear blue sky just by magic. No, they let him get there. Somebody knew he was gonna be there. And that's how we should react. We don't care about the individuals. In those types of situations, we don't care about the individuals. What we want to, the people that we want to talk to is the Olympic officials. What the fuck was going through your mind when you decided to do that, my boy? That's what we should be asking. We shouldn't be talking about Ray Gun this and all kinds of jokes. I mean, you can do the jokes. It's kind of hilarious. I think she's my personal opinion is that she's the best break dancers to have ever existed. And you guys, I think I made it. I think you know my opinion about the boxing thing is next in a couple months, in a couple days, I'm gonna go get an elephant. And I'm going to register him as a man. I'm gonna register an elephant as a man, and I'm gonna say that he's a boxer. You know, and I'm gonna register him as a man. And if anybody, you know, denies my elephant, you know, of his manhood, right? No pun intended, no offense meant. Pause. But if anybody denies my elephant from manhood, there's going to be some consequences and repercussions. There's going to be some consequences and repercussions because I'm going to start suing niggas. I'm going to start suing niggas, bro. I'm going to go all the way to Congress with this shit. I'm going to go all the way to Congress because my elephant has the right to consider himself a man. That's his right. God damn it. And he has the right to box because he's a man. So if he's a man and boxing is a man thing, then my elephant can box because he's a man too. So that's my take on that shit. If you want to go on the ridiculous nonsense tip, right? I'm gonna get me an elephant. I think Ray Gun should have a gold medal, and in 4 years, y'all motherfuckers better get ready to fight a fucking elephant, because that's what the fuck gonna happen. That's if you want to go down that road, that's what I think. But for anybody else that doesn't necessarily want to go that, well, I mean, that's not true. Everybody else is mostly dead nowadays. So nobody's gonna go down that road, and nobody fucking cares. But in a better world, in a perfect world, what we should be doing is asking the Olympic officials what in the fucking world is their goddamn fucking problem. And this should be done on TV in front of everybody with cameras, press conference, and all. And they should all be there sitting at the table, and there should be a bunch of journalists asking the questions that people are wondering about, like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? That's one of the fucking questions that I think should be asked. What in the fucking world kind of cocaine have you been injecting into your system as of late? Because it's kind of weird, the stuff that you guys are doing right now. These are the kind of questions that we should be asking. And I don't know why we're not asking these questions. Because everybody's dead. Because this is the end of the fucking world. Or not. Or not. I could be tripping. But nonetheless, that's still fucking weird. So anyways, I'm gonna stop the video right there. And watch out for my elephant. And don't call him an elephant. He's a man. He's not elephant. He's a man. I will call the authorities. If you call him an elephant, I will call the authorities, bro. I'm fucking serious. I will call if you guys think y'all gonna be doing some racial discrimination about with my elephant, you got another thing coming. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. And Reagan better have a gold medal. She better have a gold medal. The Olympics better get their shit together and give her a fucking gold medal, because she deserves a fucking gold medal. She deserves a fucking gold medal. She deserves to win the fucking gold, man. And yo, it's not funny. I'm deadly serious. I'm fucking serious. I'm fucking serious, bro. She should have a gold medal. So anyways, I'm gonna stop the video right there. And like I said, don't believe everything everybody tells you, man. If you're still alive today, you know, kudos to you, congratulations, all due respects. You know, but you gotta understand, you're not surrounded by a bunch of fucking people that are alive, bro. And that's a scary thought, man. It's a scary thought. And the worst part is, before I go, I have to admit, this is scary ass shit. This is some scary ass shit, bro. Because this shit has been going on for 50 years and more. 75, 80. This shit's been going on for 80 something years, bro. Niggas is just walking around ignorant as fuck. And the worst part is, all this ignorance is actually like influencing our lives in a major way, bro. So it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. You gotta realize you're walking around. You understand what I'm trying to say, bro? Because it's on TV. You see this shit, the whole Hitler thing, it's on TV too, bro. And it's white people, man. You know, it's in there. This shit's fucking scary, man. It's fucking scary, bro. Like, all these fucking people, which are in position of power, probably work at the government. They're the ones making the paychecks and handing out the paychecks. Dumb as fuck. No pun intended, no offense meant, but it's fucking true. And it's fucking scary. I mean, you're sitting there. I take the bus sometimes because I'm broke. So I take the bus sometimes, but shit, nigga. Could you imagine, like, you know all this shit, right? And you're sitting there and you're on the bus and there's like 50 people in that motherfucker. And you're like, there's maximum, there's maximum 2 or 3 people on that bus that probably knows what you know. And we are talking about a maximum of 3 people. There's 50 of these motherfuckers on the bus, bro. He's just sitting there. You're just sitting there, bro. Like, that shit's scary as shit. It's like a horror. Every day's a horror movie, man. For intelligent people, for people that know shit, life is a constant horror movie. Every fucking second is a horror movie, bro. It's fucked up. Every second is a horror movie, man. It's, yo. It is, yes, absolutely. Y'all should think about that shit, man. And anybody should think about that. It doesn't matter if you're smart or not. I think you should think of it's valid to think about, bro. It's valid to think about, man. Like, it's valid shit to think about, bro. Absolutely. And it's absolutely normal, by the way. It's absolutely normal to not like skinheads. You know, by the way, you know, it's absolutely normal to not like skinheads, bro. But you have to understand, skinheads have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, man. Zero clue, man. Zero ideas. They're drunk as fuck. Like, you couldn't be more fucking high and drunk than that, bro. Like more drunk and high than that, you're dead. Literally. You're literally dead, bro. If you take more drugs and you drink more, you're gonna die. You're way too high and drunk. Way too much already. So it's absolutely normal not to like skinheads. I completely understand. I completely agree also. Because they're just fuckers. They're just little fucks. You know, they're just fucking mosquitoes. Right? Like, like mosquitoes, bro. Like, they're just there, just want to, you know, the mosquitoes. So, you know, I completely understand that. But at the same time, But you know, uh, black people fucked up people too. So it's kind of understandable if some white folks are kind of like everybody. Everybody's fucked up. Everybody's fucked up. And but